Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing something that I'm so excited for. As you guys know, Colourpop, they are the queens of constantly coming out with new products. It's like they have no chill. They just continue pushing out more and more products. Almost every other week, I feel like they have a new product launch. And you guys already know that Colourpop has my heart. And when Colourpop usually comes out with something, I'm usually all up on it. So I usually never buy a full-on collection of something unless if it really catches my attention. Like if I like every single product or almost every single product except for like maybe one or two, I always find it just more beneficial to just buy the whole entire thing anyways and give the whole thing a shot and see what I like. And if I don't like it, then I either give it away to somebody or I'll just put it in my kit. So that's usually what I do. You guys know that it's fall now officially, and I'm so excited because they came out with their fall edit. I don't know if they do one for every season, but I know for fall and for spring they do fall edit and spring edit. So it's like a whole entire collection that is solely dedicated to that season. So it's like different trends and stuff like that, products that fit that trend. I'm super excited because I was able to get my hands on the whole entire fall edit collection from Colourpop, and I'm just so excited to play with these products because fall is probably one of my most favorite seasons. So they came out with two palettes, an eyeshadow palette and a highlighter palette, and then they also came out with some Luxe liquid lipsticks and some of their supernova shadows. And as you guys can see, this is a lot for me to hold in my hands, so I will go through everything together and also insert some swatches for you guys so that way you guys can see the different products and whatnot. But basically I'm just gonna go ahead and do a try on type video with the products. I'm gonna try to use as much products as I possibly can and let you guys know my thoughts at the end. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the number one product that I was probably most excited for with this collection was the eyeshadow palette. So this is the Good Sport palette. It has this really cute cheetah print, which apparently cheetah print I guess is in for this season, and it has like the oranges and the purples in there, which are very fall appropriate, and it has like gold writing in the back. I don't know if you can really see that. So then this is what the inside of the palette looks like. These colors are just so stunning. They have olives, they have some purples, plums, and burnt oranges and yellows. So I really like this color scheme that they have going on here. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in really quick so that way you guys can see the look that I'm gonna create. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this yellow shade here that's called Trooper. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that on this Morphe blending brush right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply that into my crease area. This color is not super intense, but you can definitely build it up. I would also suggest, if you are like my skin tone, maybe putting down a white base before putting on this eyeshadow, so that way it just pops a little more. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this Sista shade right here, which is this really bright purple. Take that on the little crease brush. This one's from Kylie Cosmetics. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that on my outer V as well as in my crease, just to go ahead and start building up some intensity. So then I'm gonna take that same shade and I'm just gonna build that up a little more. So then I'm gonna mix the shades Reckless and Flow together, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply that onto my outer V. And what I want to do is focus that on my lash line first and then blend it up. And this is a Morphe M506 brush. Go back into that blending brush from earlier, that Kylie Cosmetic one, and just blend everything out. So then I'm going to go into this shade called EBB, which I have no idea what that stands for, but I am going to use that. If you guys know what it stands for, let me know down below. I'll probably Google it. I'm going to use just a tiny bit of that, and I'm going to put that right in the center of my eye right here. Wow, that's stunning. Then I'm going to go back into the palette right here and take the shade called Licious, and I'm going to take that same exact brush and just grab a little bit of that, and I'm just going to put that on the inner part of my eye right here, or the inner part. So it's just going to kind of blend in. So you guys see that light gradient? And then I'm going to go back into the shade Trooper right here and a little tiny bit of High Hopes. I'm going to take both of those on this Morphe M514 brush, and I just want to like blend in or put a little bit of color right here in this inner area. I tend to always neglect this area. The eyes are done for right now. Something else that they launched in their fall edit are the Supernova eyeshadows. So they came out with 5 different shades right here. So these are really pretty fall shades, and I really love this formula a lot. Like, it's probably one of my most favorite products from Colourpop that they've ever launched, because they're just so pretty and metallic. Some of them are super glittery. The only bad thing I hate about them is some of them are kind of chunky, so they are hard to work with sometimes. But I am going to go ahead and use a couple of these because I really wanted to incorporate it into the look today. So I'm gonna go ahead and take 2 of the 5 shades. This is in the shade LOML, which means Love of My Life, and then this one is in the shade Rush Hour. So these are the 2 that I'm going to use on my eyes, and I'll zoom you guys back in so you guys can see what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of the Love of My Life shade, which is that reddish shade. It's like a reddish purple, and I'm going to take a Colourpop brush, and I'm just going to go ahead, and this is the E6. It's an eyeliner brush. And I'm going to go ahead and use that as my eyeliner today. You can use these for a lot of different things. This is so pretty. So that's one eye. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye really quick. So then really quick, what I decided to do was just do a little wing eyeliner because I didn't really like how it was looking by itself, and I'm not planning on putting on falsies. So I just didn't really like this too much. That way it kind of looks like almost double liner, and it just has that little hint of that like burgundy-ish plum. So I'm going to show you guys really quick. I'm taking my Ciate Fierce Flicks liner, and what I'm going to do is get as close to the lash line as I possibly can and do like a small little thin line. And if you mess up, it's okay. We're going to fix it in a second. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a wing using the wing that we made as a guide, but I'm going to start a little bit lower. I'm going to fix that with some concealer. Yeah, you want to just do a line really quick, and then I'm going to go back over it again with the eyeliner, some of that Supernova, and then I'm just going to touch up the line. And honestly, on this eye, I had to go back and forth, and I have a feeling that's what I'm going to have to do on this eye right here that I'm working on right now. So I'm going to clean this eyeliner up because you guys can see I jacked that up, but this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what it's looking like right now. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that really quick. Alrighty, so the rest of my face is on. I put on my foundation, my concealer. Alright, so what I'm going to go ahead and use, this is a product that a lot of people were super excited for because a lot of people love the Super Shock formula, and they came out with the Super Shock Cheek formula, which I'm pretty excited about because I like the Super Shock formula, but the thing I hate about the Super Shock cheeks and eyes is the little pot it comes with is kind of inconvenient. So this is what the highlighter palette looks like, and like I said, I will insert swatches of them. So it has 4 different shades: a really light one, a pink one, a bronzy one, and a golden one, and these feel just absolutely amazing. And I'm super excited that they did come out with this formula in a palette, and I'm kind of curious too because I know they were saying that they didn't put this in a palette form because it could dry out, I guess. So I don't know if maybe they reformulated it or if it's like the pan that's in there that keeps it from drying out. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and take some of the shade called Class Act, and I'm gonna take that on this Wet n Wild. It's technically a large eyeshadow brush, but I find this brush to work really well with the Super Shock formula. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that onto my cheek right there. You guys can see just how blinding that is. So you guys can see how nice and blinding that is, but it still gives like a light little wash. Like, it's not super intense. I don't know how to explain it. It just gives like a nice natural finish to the skin. And I always blend it out with my fingers. Just that way it's not like a harsh line there. And I've tried synthetic highlighting brushes. I've tried it all, and nothing works as well as this brush to me. So I'm going to take some of the shade Poker Face, which is that pinkier shade, and I'm going to use that as my inner corner highlight. You guys can see it doesn't work well with like a natural bristled brush. So I'm going to take a little bit on my finger. There we go. There's that intensity. So then really quickly, I'm gonna go ahead and take some of that Sista shade and a little bit of Reckless, and I'm just gonna brush that underneath my lower lash line. And I know you guys are probably asking yourself, well, Michelle, you haven't used that other Super Shock shadow or Supernova shadow you said you were gonna use. I know, I was waiting to do this really quick. This is the shade called Rush Hour. So I'm just gonna put a little tiny bit on the inner parts of my eye right here, just to brighten that up some. A little bit on my lower lash line right here. Go back into that flat shader brush from earlier and just make sure that that blends nicely into the rest of the shadows before it dries down. So I'm going to quickly put on some lashes and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I meant to say that I was putting on mascara, not lashes. I just put a quick little coat of mascara on just to kind of complete the eyes. So this is what we have going on so far. And then the last thing I'm going to go ahead and show you guys are the Luxe lipsticks. So they came out with 6 different shades. I'm going to go ahead and do lip swatches of all 6 of the colors so that way you guys can see what they look like. So we'll go ahead and start off. Those are the lip swatches of all 6 of the Luxe lipsticks for 2018 fall edit. So I really love the Luxe lipsticks because they're so pigmented and you get so much payoff with just one swipe. And even the creme ones are really nice, and those are of course more comfortable than the matte ones, but the matte ones are really cool too. Like they almost feel like, I don't know how to explain it, like it's like this kind of almost silicone-y, I guess you could say. So I really love them a lot. They only had one creme one, which was the second one, which is called Better Off. All the rest of them are all mattes, which I'm totally fine with because I personally like the matte formula because it lasts a little longer. It's not transfer proof though, so if you go make out with somebody or whatever, you might get lipstick all over your face or all over their face. And when you're eating, it's gonna obviously wear off. but I like it because you can reapply them throughout the day. I really like them a lot, but the last three were probably my favorite. Even that blue one, it's like a bluish gray, and it's not something I would typically wear, but it's a really cool color. I could totally see myself wearing it with like probably the olives in this palette, like doing like a dark olive outer V with the green in the on the lid, or even doing like a halo eye with it. I don't know, I'm gonna definitely play around with it because I do want to do a look with that lipstick. So my overall thoughts on the collection, I absolutely love it. You guys already know Colourpop is the way to my heart. This eyeshadow palette was absolutely stunning. Honestly, like, you can just make so many looks out of this palette, and I love the fact that you can do that. And even though this is a fall palette, I feel like you can wear this all year round. And what I like the most about this palette is that it has fun pops of color in here, and it's not just like one or two pops of color. I feel like Colourpop hasn't made a palette quite like this. The closest that they've come is the My Little Pony palette. That palette was a little bit more, I guess you could say, daring. That one was probably their most daring palette that they've ever made. But I like the fact that they did something more fun and bright and still fall appropriate. The Super Shock palette, I like it. Do I think it's better than the Innuendo palette? Absolutely not. That palette, nothing will ever replace it. It's just, I prefer more of the powdery finish because I feel like it's easier to work with. This one is a little harder to work with, but like I said, I like it because it's kind of like that formula where you can wear day to day and it gives you like a healthier glow, while the Innuendo is like a blinding, like, girl, you glowing from outer space type of glow, you know. So like I said, I am really curious to see if they dry out. I'm hoping that they don't. I just want to see what's gonna happen, but it almost reminds me of the Kylie wet set. Like, that's exactly what the formula is like. It's that bouncy creamy formula, but then when you touch it, it's kind of powdery almost. And that's what the Kylie wet says like. So this is like a fraction of the price of the Kylie one. I'm just gonna show you guys for a size comparison. Guys, oh my god, this is a freaking dupe. So up top is that Kylie wet set, and then on the bottom is the Colourpop one. These are a little bit smaller than this, and this is so much heavier. This one has a total weight of 44 grams. And this has a total weight of 16 grams. So I mean, yeah, you're getting your money's worth with this, but I'm never gonna go through this whole entire palette. If you guys wanted to try the Kylie wet set, I definitely recommend picking this up. Or if you're a huge fan of the Super Shock formula, definitely pick this up. I think it's a must. Even though I only tried 2 out of the 5, I really like them a lot. They are not as glittery as the other oh my god, I always call them Super Shock. The Supernova shadows are not as glittery as other ones that I have tried in the past, but I kind of like that. They're more like a metallic wash versus like a glittery chunky. So I feel like they're easier to work with, and you can still see like some little bits of glitter in there, but it's not like super, like, I don't know if you tried the Kathleen Lights one, but those are super chunky glitter. I absolutely love these so much, so of course I was gonna pick them up. I do wish that they had like probably, instead of this like taupe one, maybe something, I don't know, something different, like more of a golden color or an olive green would have been really pretty. I don't know, just something a little different. I feel like these are kind of bland looking when you just kind of look at them, but when you try them on and you swatch them, that's when you can really see just how nice they are. That's pretty much it. That's all I have to say about the fall edit. I definitely would say, if I were to recommend any product out of the fall edit, unless if you love the Super Shock highlighters, I would say the eyeshadow palette and probably the 3 lipsticks that I like from the Luxe line. So the 3 darker ones out of the bunch. So I would probably say those would be the products that I would recommend out of the whole entire collection. But of course, that's my personal taste. Down below, I also have linked, if you've never bought anything from Colourpop and this is your first time wanting to try out something, but you want to save $5, maybe let's say you just want to get one product, or you want to get a nice order and I want to save some cash, I did leave a link down below where you guys will get $5 off for first time customers. Definitely check that out if you've never bought Colourpop before. Check out the link. Let me know what you guys think of these products, if you guys picked anything up, what your guys' thoughts were on it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then.